Eggplant is not a vegetable by botanical definition. It is a fruit. More precisely, it is a berry. This fact alone explains much of its confusion, its culinary treatment, and its long journey through human history. Eggplant's scientific name is Solanum melongena. It belongs to the nightshade family, Solanaceae, the same family as tomatoes, potatoes, and peppers. This family contains both essential food crops and highly toxic plants, which historically made eggplant suspicious to many cultures. Eggplant originated in South Asia, most likely in India and surrounding regions. Wild relatives of eggplant still grow there today. These wild forms were small, bitter, and spiny. Early humans did not encounter a soft, glossy purple vegetable. They encountered a defensive plant. Domestication of eggplant took centuries. Unlike grains, eggplant was not easy to tame. Its bitterness came from natural compounds that protected it from insects. Through selective breeding, humans reduced these compounds and increased flesh size, softness, and yield. By the first millennium, eggplant was already cultivated widely in India and China. Chinese agricultural texts from the Tang dynasty describe multiple varieties and cooking methods. This makes China one of the earliest centers of eggplant refinement. From Asia, eggplant spread westward through trade routes. Arab traders played a major role in its expansion. The Arabic word, aubergine, influenced many modern names, including aubergine and brinjal. Eggplant entered Europe during the Middle Ages. However, it was met with fear. Because it belonged to the nightshade family, Europeans associated it with poison. It was called the mad apple, and some believed it caused illness or insanity. These fears delayed its acceptance. It was not until Mediterranean cultures began cooking eggplant thoroughly that it gained popularity. Heat neutralized bitterness and softened texture. Oil transformed it. Eggplant absorbs fat efficiently. This characteristic defined its culinary role. Fried, roasted, stewed, eggplant became rich, silky, and satisfying. It replaced meat in some dishes not nutritionally, but texturally. Botanically, eggplant is a perennial plant grown as an annual. It has large fuzzy leaves, purple or white flowers, and thick stems. The fruit varies widely in size, shape, and color depending on cultivar. Not all eggplants are purple. They can be white, green, striped, or nearly black. The purple color comes from anthocyanins, pigments with antioxidant properties. The most notable anthocyanin in eggplant skin is niacin. Niacin has been studied for its potential role in protecting cell membranes from oxidative damage. It also binds iron, which may reduce free radical formation. Nutritionally, eggplant is low in calories and macronutrients. It contains mostly water. This has caused some to dismiss it as nutritionally weak. This misses the point. Eggplant's value lies in its structure, fiber, and phytochemicals. It provides dietary fiber, potassium, vitamin B6, vitamin C, and manganese. More importantly, it acts as a carrier. Eggplant absorbs flavors, fats, and spices. It becomes whatever the cuisine demands. This adaptability explains its global success. In Middle Eastern cuisine, eggplant becomes creamy when roasted and mashed. In South Asia, it becomes smoky and spicy. In East Asia, it becomes tender and sauce-driven. In Mediterranean regions, it becomes rich and olive oil-soaked. The same plant, different identities. Eggplant's bitterness historically required processing. Salting eggplant draws out moisture and some bitter compounds. Modern cultivars are less bitter, but the practice remains. From a chemical perspective, eggplant contains phenolic compounds that can taste bitter when raw. Cooking alters these compounds and breaks down cell walls. Texture transformation is central. Raw eggplant is spongy and unpleasant. Cooked eggplant collapses into softness. This dramatic change is why it cannot be treated like most vegetables. Agriculturally, eggplant prefers warm climates and long growing seasons. It is sensitive to frost and requires consistent heat. This limited its spread into colder regions historically. Today, controlled agriculture allows year-round production. Culturally, eggplant occupies a unique position. It is not a luxury crop, yet it is not a staple calorie source. It is a supporting food that defines dishes without dominating nutrition. In some cuisines, eggplant symbolizes humility. In others, abundance. Its association with oil and richness made it controversial during low-fat diet eras. Modern nutrition has moved past that. Eggplant does not make food unhealthy. It reveals cooking choices. From a historical lens, eggplant represents a plant that required trust. Humans had to overcome fear, bitterness, and unfamiliarity. Those who did gained a versatile ingredient. This pattern repeats in food history. Eggplant teaches that not all foods are immediately friendly. Some require patience, technique, and cultural transmission. Today, eggplant is global. It appears in home kitchens, street food, fine dining, and industrial processing. It is grilled, baked, fermented, pickled, fried, and pureed. Despite this, its biology remains unchanged. It is still a fruit. Still a nightshade. Still misunderstood. Eggplant survives not because it is nutritionally dominant, but because it is structurally brilliant. It turns heat into softness, oil into satisfaction, spices into identity. It fills space on the plate and meaning in the dish. Eggplant proves that food is not only about nutrients. It is about transformation, and few plants transform as completely as this purple fruit humans keep calling a vegetable.